He's more like a red pillar who is married with children, telling men to get snipped in their 20s. Wait. Jefferson owned over 600 slaves?
Ruslan.
An interesting conversation between one of the founders of our country who wrote the Constitution and a king in England. My buddy John Clash put together this Instagram reel that I just found extremely extremely interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys on Independence Day. Check this out.
Do you know that in Thomas Jefferson's original rough draft of the Declaration of Independence, he blatantly calls out the Christian hypocrisy of King George III? I know that most of you have no idea who the King of Britain was during the Revolutionary War, but now you know. So what reason did Jefferson have to highlight the blatant Christian hypocrisy of the king? Well,
Okay, first of all, I didn't even know that Thomas Jefferson was a Christian. I always thought he was like a deist. I remember hearing and reading, and I think this is accurate, that Thomas Jefferson would either cut parts out of the Bible that he didn't like or would flat out just black out parts of the Bible. But this idea that Thomas Jefferson then called out the king because of his hypocrisy is fascinating. And listen to what John Clash says next.
This may come as a surprise to you, but Jefferson was calling him out for his hypocrisy in being a Christian, yet still engaging in the slave trade. In fact, when Jefferson is referring to King George III, he capitalizes the word Christian before King of Great Britain. He then says the king wants to keep an open market of where men are bought and sold. Jefferson says that the king has waged war on human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life and liberty.
Interesting. So Thomas Jefferson is calling out the King of England in the original Declaration of Independence. Now, didn't Thomas Jefferson own slaves? I thought Thomas Jefferson himself had slaves. But this is fascinating if this is true. Wait. Jefferson owned over 600 slaves?
What? That made no sense. Oh, no.
Hold on. I got to look this up. Hold up. What? Bruh. Despite working tirelessly to establish a new nation founded upon principles of freedom and egalitarianism, Jefferson owned over 600 slaves during his lifetime? The most of any U.S. president. So this man out here, yo, Thomas Jefferson is the equivalent of one of these red pillars just thotting themselves out for thotty women and then telling women they're sluts for not being virgins. Bro, what are you doing? Thomas Jefferson, the hypocrisy. Come on, man. What? Thomas Jefferson do anything for slavery. Jefferson's belief is the necessity of ending slavery never changed. So he wanted to end slavery, but, unfortunately he had slaves. I am so confused. The cognitive dissonance here. Hey, you want to see something kind of crazy? Over 75% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing and turning your bell notification on so that you don't miss anything we have going here. All right? Peace. The cognitive dissonance. But let's be clear. There's a lot of y'all living like this. There's a lot of people that live their life like this. A lot of people that I think that sexual immorality is wrong. Okay, but they remain sexually immoral. What is going on? Actually, King George don't have the power to stop the slave. Only the parliament have the power to stop it. Okay, that's interesting. He's more like a red pillar who is married with children, telling men to get snipped in their 20s. Wow. What the shots. All right, let's go back to John's video here.
Fact that these now enslaved people never offended him, yet he still carried them off to be slaves in a foreign land, all while professing to be a Christian. Jefferson even points out that the king suppressed every legislative attempt to prohibit or restrict these disgusting practices. The sad part about this is, even though the slave trade was abolished 40 years after the Declaration of Independence,
I didn't realize that the slave trade was abolished so close around the Declaration of Independence, 1816 is when the slave trade was abolished, but the slaves weren't freed until 1880. I didn't realize that was so close. It's interesting. They abolished the slave trade, but then they kept slaves slaves. It's another.
It wasn't until 100 years after Jefferson originally wrote this rough draft that slavery was finally abolished in the United States. The Christian hypocrisy continued, and it still continues today. But I think the fact that Christians can be called hypocrites attests to the fact that Christians are supposed to have values. If us as Christians didn't have these values that we are supposed to be living by, that we constantly fall short of, then we wouldn't even have the opportunity to be hypocrites. And that shows that Christians are.
That's an interesting take. Because we can be hypocrites just shows that there are values that we can fall short of. That's a good take.
Held to a higher standard, and that the morals that have been given to us by Jesus Christ are recognized by even non-Christians as being something to strive for. And I would also say that the simple fact that the United States as a whole can have our hypocrisy on display for the world to see is a testament to the fact that we even have a standard that we're supposed to be living up to as Americans. This country isn't founded on a monarchy. It's not founded on a dynasty. There's no emperor of the United States. It's founded on ideals that we will probably never fully live up to. But the fact that we have ideals that we can fall short of is something that is unheard of throughout history. The United States is one of a kind. If it wasn't for the way that the founding fathers set this country up, the corruption that is running rampant through the government would have become tyrannical a long time ago. So I know the United States is not perfect. I know that us Christians are far from perfect as well, but at least we have ideals to strive for. So with that being said, happy Independence Day.
I like that. I think the ideals to strive for, it reminds me of, I feel like Frederick Douglass said very similar things in his appeal in terms of liberating slaves. Was like, yo, y'all are hypocrites. Like, you say this in your own constitution, but you're being hypocrites about how you're treating black people. I think that's an interesting thing that is anchored on the fact that there are actual ideals that are good, right? Shout out to Thaddeus61. He said, not only did Jefferson own slaves, but he also had several children with them. Wow.
Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.